This is the day that the Lord has made. Hey everyone, my name is Vanessa. I'm a Christian woman doing my best to put God first and follow Jesus Christ, who's the truth and the way to everlasting life. It's Friday. It's been busy, and now I have time to settle. And just when I sat down, the live stream was on of Charlie Kirk's wife giving her, I believe it was her first public speech appearance since her husband's death. And this is something that I wanted to do, was to tab my son's Bible, and I am inspired to do that today. And to attend the conference that Turning Point will have in December here in Arizona, I plan on signing up for that too. Hey, Boombastic. Yeah, so see, I've got tabs on my Bible, which I did on this end because it closes up, so it didn't make sense to put the tabs here. And it is nice to quickly go to a book. And so I had bought for my son the exact same set, but in blue, to match his Bible. So I'm going to do that while I chat. I'm doing really good. Doing really good. I knew, y'all, I knew as soon as I heard that Charlie Kirk had passed, I knew, and I even texted it to my brother. I was like, there's going to be a Christian movement that you have never seen before. And y'all, I'm going to be a part of it. I will be a part of it. That's what I keep hearing everybody saying. They're starting to go to church. They maybe are proposing to someone. They're getting married. They're going to start their family. I'm telling you, God works all the time, and He is good all of the time. This is His plan. Oh yes, you need some tabs. This is so cool. Hello, Maram. Hello, Raptor. And I made sure to start this live stream where I can see all the comments, because apparently I wasn't set up that way and I was missing comments. And this says, just like mine does, came with God, all things are possible. Amen. Hallelujah. That is where my confidence comes from. That is where my, what else do I want to say? That's where it comes from. Okay, y'all, so it comes with this little indicator, so you know exactly, like a ruler, you know where to put the tabs at. They stick really well because I've had mine for 3 to 6 months. I've had mine tabbed and they're doing great. Hey, Mo Breeze. Amen. God bless you. Okay, I haven't been to the Christian store, but there is one, not in my city, but outside. It's expensive, but it's worth investing because, you know, if you don't pay it, they close down. So I've gone to buy quite a few things, but these I actually bought online. I have purchased items from that Christian store. I don't have it here, or do I? For instance, I've purchased, I really do enjoy the bookmarks that have the ribbons. I bought those at the Christian store, and I've also gifted them. I like buying my pens that have quotes. I've bought them from the Christian store. Have a good night, Mowbreeze. I get distracted, y'all. I started tapping, and now I want to keep on tapping. All right, let's get have fun. Yes, that sounds like fun. Oh, look it. Remember I was talking about the 10 commandments that I couldn't remember what they are? Well, I put the 10 commandments bookmark in my son's Bible for him. I've had that for a long time. Oh yeah, the boxing match tomorrow. I hope to watch it with my brother. Yep. Okay, let us begin. Let me get to work. Where's Genesis? Where's the first page? Please do not tell me. There you are. It's kind of hard to see because these are dark colors. But we're going to do it. We're going to start. Oh yeah, y'all. I like sports. First and foremost, I like talking about God, Jesus Christ, but I also like sports. I like music. I like studying, learning new things. I like a little bit of everything. I feel like I'm a pretty well-rounded person, and that's probably why I got along with everyone just about when I was in high school. Everyone wanted to be my friend, y'all. Everyone did. I was very kind. I mean, I think I still am. I have more wisdom now though than I did back then. Okay, let's go for the first tab. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Oh, I did it wrong. I did it wrong, but I don't think I can fix it. Can I? Let me try. I think it is forgiving and it will let me untape it to fix it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did that wrong. Oh, good. If I don't rip the page, yes, y'all, I went, of course I worked, and then I went to serve the high school football players, and I left Gatorade for them for after the game. What? Please don't tell me my internet's acting up, because it's... My Ring doorbell is over there chiming, but I don't think it's a real... Let me... No one's there. But sometimes it just likes to turn on. Okay, y'all, this is just gonna have to be a fluke. The first one. I don't want to rip the page. So I should have left room for it to actually be a tab. So the very first one did not work out too well. Okay, now we're going to go to Exodus. I got it now. Anyways, what is everyone doing on this Friday? While I tab my son's Bible, because I am determined more than ever that he is going to be a man of God. He's going to be example for his generation, for this community. Oh goodness. Okay, Leviticus is next. So it's gonna be the third one down. Hey Gun Show, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm telling you, when I don't see some of y'all who usually come on often, I start to think about you. So yesterday I was thinking about Mo Breeze. He showed up yesterday. Today I was thinking about Gun Show. He showed up. Isn't that... It might be just a coincidence, I don't know. But I do start to wonder where some of you are whenever you don't come. I am adding Bible tabs to my son's Bible while I chat with you all. I messed up the first one, so the first one is even with the page, and then I've got 2 tabs. Numbers is next. This is actually fun. It is fun to do. You were gone to work out of town and you were super busy. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. How's your Friday going? Yeah, this morning I went out to go get Gatorade for the high school football team. Then I had to go put ice in my ice chest, all before I got online to do my Bible study and before I went to work. It was a little bit stressful, but I got it done. And then I went to work, and then after work I went to help serve the football team before they went to their game, which is something I always wanted to do. I like being a part of things, okay? I like being involved. I'm not very social, but I like to volunteer. I like to be involved. Every opportunity I get. All right, so now we're gonna go on 5. So I had a great day. I've had a great day so far. Doing what I love. Making memories with my son. And this was like the 3rd or 4th football meal. 4th. There's more and more moms that are volunteering. The one thing though I have to say, and I experience this everywhere, but I'm not gonna be stopped. Okay, I'm not gonna let this feeling stop me. Hey Jeffrey. It doesn't matter usually what group I go into. I'm usually the only single mom, not married. And so I'm listening to all the other moms talk about their husbands and, oh, my husband let me come, or they're like, I got a break from my husband, and I'm like, I can't really participate, with that conversation, so I just listen. And then I'm just like, you know what, Lord? I'm thankful that I am a single mom and I can be a part of my son's life, because I'm sure there's a lot of single moms who have to work and they can't do these kinds of things. So I just have to remind myself that I am blessed. Yeah, thanks, Gun Show. Yes, right? Sounds like you were a football player in high school. It's the best days of our children's lives is to be a part of sports, to be in groups, to be in band, to be in whatever it may be, to be a part of something, a group. It's so fun. I'm so glad that my son, you know, he wants to do things like that. But he's not playing because he's injured, so that's why. And it's an away game, so I decided not to drive. That's why I'm here at home. Doing a live with you all. You played pro ball. Okay. Cool. My son has a lot of dreams, okay? Which I'm glad. I would rather have a whole lot of dreams than none at all, okay? One of them would be to go play college football for him. I told him to not limit himself, so that he will have a lot of options from the time he started his junior year. I was like, you need to keep your grades up, join as many groups, play sports, be active, be involved. Do not ever limit yourself. Don't disqualify yourself. Be a good student. Be a good example. My parents never told me these things. I learned on my own, and everything I have learned, I've shared with my son. I want him to have his best chance. I let him figure things out on his own, but I do give him a lot of advice. What do they say? I drop a lot of nuggets or whatever, gems. I don't know what they say. I would rather tell him what his options are than for someone else who might be giving him negative type options. Okay, now I'm tabbing Ruth. This is kind of relaxing, and I'm just taking my time to tab my son's Bible. But anyways, y'all, what are you doing? What's going on over there? I want to show you guys my progress. Hold on. Look at my progress so far. So now he can quickly go. Oh, you said that's in Joshua? He can tab and find it. Okay, Bombastic said she's listening. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, Bombastic. Okay, Ruth is really short. It's just a few pages, so then I almost missed Samuel. Thank you. Yeah, who else is here? Let me know. Hey, Antonio Manuel Cruz Vega. Work has been interesting, Gun. I actually went to court yesterday. My second court appearance at this current job. Y'all, I actually am enjoying it. In the name of Jesus Christ, there is no weapon formed against me that shall prosper. And I am enjoying it. I'm living in my mission exactly what I'm doing more, okay? There are some people who might ignore someone who's doing something that's against the lease agreement. Not me. I'm going to let people know you're not doing this right. You need to be aware of your lease agreement. So now there is consequences. And that's the problem with a lot of the world. There is no accountability. I am doing my part and making sure that there is. And if I lose my job, so be it. It's not the end of the world. Hi, Antonia. This is English. English only. You speak English. Because I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Sometimes I am. Lively. I would never do anything to jeopardize having a roof over my head. You wouldn't, Lively, even if it was the right thing to do. What if it was the right thing to do? The Lord will bless you in abundance when you stand for what is right. That's what I've experienced, okay? And I believe He would do that for anyone. Because I have lost my job for standing up for what was right. And the Lord opened up another door right in perfect timing. In perfect timing. Yeah, there's people who are afraid. I understand there's fear. But when you follow Jesus Christ, you should have no fear. Oh, you're talking about the lease agreement. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, people don't understand when you're in the wrong, there's no way you can win. Just do right, follow rules, and you will not have a problem. There won't be no problems. Somebody broke their leg. Okay. So now you're just watching YouTube, huh? Oh, goodness. Yeah. I was so happy today because the landscapers came to today. They usually don't come on a Friday, but they did. And guess what? I had to go around and post on every single door to let them know that we would have monthly inspections. So I took the opportunity of having the landscapers, because y'all, the way things are going right now, I have been keeping my office door locked. So I'm glad landscapers were here, so I walked around and able to hang those notices. I mean, I'm not afraid, but I still gotta think. I still gotta protect myself. I can't be dumb. Especially with what happened with Charlie Kirk. I mean, my awareness is heightened. but also my mission is heightened. I was already feeling this week, even before that happened, that I needed to do more. I just didn't know what it was. And I'm still needing to figure that out, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, I'm going to show you all my progress. Hold on, let me save my page. I have not decorated outside. I'm being lazy. Maybe tomorrow I will. Okay. Boombastic says God's children always get targeted even though we're not doing anything wrong. That's true. Yep. Okay, so there is the progress. Yeah, we still have to think smart and just be prayed up and trust the Lord that everything will be as it should. As it should be. I'm gonna present this to my son as if it's a first time giving it to him. Whenever I finish tabbing. Luke, I don't know what that means. Boombastic says yes, amen. I'm excited because, Boombastic, I made sure that I can see all the comments. So man, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to go live to see all the comments. I made sure I did not forget that. Ezra is next, and it's the third tab down. I kind of wish that, see, I bought my Bible on Amazon, and I made a good choice in the quality of the paper and everything. But my son's, did I buy this in person or online? I think it was online, and his paper is very thin. Okay, all done with one sheet. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It says, let all you do be done in love. Amen. Alleluia. Let all you do be done in love. All right, Boombastic is going to the lake. Yes. Luke says, I'm nice. Thank you. I try. It's intentional. You know, sometimes some people don't make it easy to be nice. So I'm intentional about it. Alright, we are going to go to the fourth tab. Nehemiah, and I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I said that right. Okay, y'all, so there is one parent who she goes around to get donations for the high school football lunch. And today, Buffalo Wild Wings donated. They donated the chicken wings, carrot sticks, celery sticks, ranch, buffalo sauce, and barbecue sauce, I think. Really nice of them. Okay, now the book of Esther. Let's go to tab 5. You got an A on your quiz. That is awesome. Yes, that is a blessing, right? Bombastic. Yeah, they've had, who else donated? We have a steakhouse here. I don't know if it's a chain steakhouse, but they donated one day. Chick-fil-A has donated. We have a local diner that they donated. So every Friday, we haven't gone yet, my son and I, but every Friday they have breakfast. Of course, we pay for our own breakfast, but it's like a breakfast to cheer on the football team, which is pretty cool. I need to go. I'm gonna go next Friday. I couldn't go this Friday because I was busy. If you heard me earlier, I had to go buy Gatorade, go fill up my ice chest with ice, all before I started my Bible time this morning. So there was no way I was going to be able to go to the pancake breakfast thing. Yes, there was a lot of wings, but there was only maybe 1 dozen left. And there was a lot. They had donated a lot. They donated 4 of those big foil pans, you know, that were full. And then other parents brought in potato wedges, fruit, one parent, and it was a lot of work. She did little tiny banana puddings for all of them. You know, it was a cup, a serving size for each. She had plenty. I was like, oh my gosh, that probably took a long time. And then tomorrow morning, they go and have their morning workout. It's kind of like a recovery day, and they also treat them with breakfast, which is also covered by donations. Joey, oh, your cat. Joey. So he's going to the lake too? I was like, how do you see Joey looking at me? But I remember that's your cat's name. Yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend with football, with wrestling, with boxing. I won my football game. Luke! Wow, that's good for you. Oh, Joey stayed home. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. And I don't know the rest of the words. I'm so excited. These are things I would be saying to myself, okay? I talk to myself. I dance. I sing when I'm by myself. I really do enjoy my own company. Did anybody watch? I mean, there's only a few people here, but did anybody watch Charlie Kirk's wife, give her public speech? Oh yes, your brothers should take your mama out too. Very true. They should have some one-on-one time with your mom. Although I will say, even though my brothers had a good relationship with my mom, I'm the one who usually took my mom out. She was my best friend. We went everywhere together. Yeah, you need some time to yourself. You know what? Even though I was a single mom, I never needed time for myself. Oops. Yeah, we're just all different, right? Bombastic. But if you feel like you need time for yourself, then do it. Oh, Luke does tackle. So you must be young. I usually don't let kids on here, but you seem like you are very respectful, Luke. Boombastic says, yes, I don't want to have to feel guilty. So, are you going to tell your brothers that they should hang out with your mom? Okay, third tab. There's a lot of excitement at my work going on. There was a water leak, so plumbers have been working on it for for a few weeks now. The power went out apparently last weekend, so the electricity people have been out there. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're like updating. The plumbers are updating the plumbing. The electric people are updating the electric stuff. So I think they're going to be out there for a while. And I'm glad, because of what I'm going through at work. I'm glad that there's other people there. Because sometimes it's really quiet where I work at. Nobody's outside, you know, they're all inside or away. It's pretty quiet. One of the tenants came in to tell me that she had seen a snake. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. She said it was small and it ran off as soon as she did see it. Luke, I live in Arizona, in the USA. Okay, let's put that on. Isaiah. Yes, she said it was a snake. So I texted the maintenance guy because I didn't know where he was. I said, FYI, there it has been a snake reported on the property. And I didn't expect him to come down from what he was doing, but he came to the office. He's like, where? So we went out and walked around the property and we didn't see no snake. I was like, I've lived here in this area for a while. I've never seen a snake. Now, if we were on my parents' side of town, they got snakes over there. But not over here. I see you, boo. Peace. Peace. Do you? Oh yeah, there used to be snakes all the time at my parents' house. I would not walk out at night. I had to be very, very careful. It's because they lived by a canal. They lived by, water. Yeah, it's a canal. So snakes would slither right in. I am on Lamentations. My dad used to kill the snake with a stick or whatever, a branch, and chase my mom around with it. she would be yelling and screaming. It was so fun. I would have a good laugh. Yeah, if my dad was chasing me, I'd be the one yelling and screaming, but he would do it to my mom. Good memories. Good memories. I think I'm going to finish this up and then I'll continue this another day. Sesad is here. Hello, Sesad. My younger brother used to tease me with stuff that he knew I didn't like all the time. So yeah, I'd be yelling and screaming. Actually, when I was younger, I wasn't afraid of bugs. I actually used to enjoy bugs. But then when I got older, I didn't like them anymore. Ezekiel, Daniel. Okay, Boombastic is listening. Excuse me. Yeah, if anyone is watching, I am putting tabs on my son's Bible. And I'm going to re-gift it to him as if it is new. I'm gonna be like, do you notice anything different? What? No, you're not. You don't feel good. Who you going with? Who? Who is that? I've never heard of that name. Okay, when are you coming back? You better be safe. Love you. The mama voice had to come out, y'all. See, I'm over here talking about him and this Bible he didn't even know. He doesn't know what I'm doing over here. So it's going to be a total shock to him. My day was good. Great. Because it's Friday. Friday. Yeah, my son said he didn't have no gas, but yet he's driving around. He said he didn't feel good to travel with the team. He didn't want to have to throw up in the bus. Because they have a really nice bus. And if you watch some of my footage on my son's stuff, my playlist, you'll see it. I'm telling you, they treat high school like college. They treat college like NFL. And I don't think it should be that way. But that's how it is. So they have a really, really nice school bus just for sports to travel in. They've got upholstered seating with the colors of the school, with the mascot embroidered into the seat. They have their own AC vents. They have their own personal charging ports. It's nice. It is really nice. They didn't have that when I was growing up, y'all. As a matter of fact, I would wear used, secondhand baseball cleats, for instance. I didn't need anything new to be good. Okay, Sasad said he's happy. Where are you going to anyways? Look at your location? Never mind. I don't know where he's going. I'll just look his location up. My hair is a mess and I don't care. I don't care. What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about how fancy their school bus is, and their weight room is really nice now. There's colors, very different than when I went to high school. Their locker room is really nice. I don't know, I guess that's the times. The times we are in. Did anybody who is an adult on here, did you guys play sports when you were in high school? I think they got that bus when my son was a freshman, I want to say. When he was a freshman is when they first got that bus. And they have added smaller buses with the same features for like the smaller sport teams that don't need to travel in a huge bus. Yeah, it's been interesting. I have one more tab for tonight. We're going to end with Amos. Amos. Hello, Skull. You were here the other day. Yep, I remember. Bombastic is still here. She's listening. Yeah, I am tabbing my son's Bible. He has no idea I'm doing this. He will thank me later. He will thank me later. My wish is for my son to be walking around with his Bible, knowing scripture, and being able to go to it, to recite it perfectly. I want my son to be an example for his generation. I want him to be a leader in his generation. We'll see. So this is my progress. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Or nice, I guess, for a guy. I just messed up on the first one. The first tab is right even with the page, and it shouldn't have been. Oh well. This is unique. No one else is going to have a Bible like this, y'all. Because I just customized it. Okay, so the second tab, it says, you are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. I was behind the live. I paused it and you were singing. I just can't hide it. Yep. I'm happy. I think I'm going to try to create a bookmark with this extra wording that they sent with the tabs. It's a sticker. It's part of the sticky part. So I'm going to probably make bookmarks for my son. And I want to do the same with my stickers that were left over. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. That's too funny, Lively. Okay. Again, there's my son's Bible. And then my Bible has the tabs on the end because it folds on the side. So my Bible has the tabs here. But they're not as, mine don't have gold, they have white lettering. White and blue. My son's is nicer because they're all gold lettering. You see how the lettering shines? Mine doesn't do that. It's different. Also, my Bible has tape because it's wanting to fall apart. I need to tape this up, but I'm not letting it. Also, in the inside, I taped it up. Yeah, because I've had this Bible for like 3 or 4 years now. All right, y'all. Now I'm gonna listen to whatever you have to say. I'm gonna also disconnect the charge. Excuse me. Okay, where is my kid? I need to sit down right because my back's hurting. I don't think I was sitting right. I've also been sitting for like an hour. What is the weather like? I wonder if I can sit outside and chat with you all. I think it's still too warm. All right, who's out there? What are you doing on this Friday night? Any plans? Or are you already in for the day? Did you have dinner? What is your weather like? Yo, I don't know where my son is going. Where is he going? Oh my. You know what my son's been doing this week? He's been reconnecting with old friends. I don't know if I like it. The other night he was with one friend. Today, well, it was yesterday, he was with another friend. Today it looks like he's gonna go hang out with someone else. And I'm not sure I like it. Cessa is saying bye. Skull is in China. Bombastic says, I'm at the lake doing my thing. It's a nice night. Is it busy at the lake? Are the ducks there? Can you see the moon yet? Do you have your music on? Oh, yo, yesterday I woke up early. Today, I didn't necessarily wake up early. I just didn't push the snooze button. And I'm a little bit tired. I don't know what's going on, Bombastic. I need to figure it out. It's been a week. I'm telling you, not just in the world, but in my own personal life. It has been a week. Something's going on right now. I just don't know. Oh, goodness. Sorry, y'all. I think I moved the camera. Your music's not too loud. But you know what is also interesting is a few people that I haven't seen myself on live stream showed up this week. Isn't that interesting? I was gonna hang out in my garage and do a live stream with you all, but my internet doesn't quite reach that far. So we only have a certain area that I can go live in. Unless I use my cell phone data, and that's very rare for me to do. Yeah, because I want to rearrange my garage again. I need to clean the clutter, throw trash, and rearrange it. I'm trying to make my garage cozy, like a cozy hangout spot. But I haven't quite gotten there yet. There's a lot of things I want to do. I'm hoping to get all these things done, a lot of the stuff on my list done by November 1st-ish. It's dark and Bombastic has 80% battery. Yeah, I need to get my butt in gear to do the stuff I want to do. because I want it done by November 1st. I want a lot of it done by November 1st so I can enjoy Christmas decorations and just relax in my garage, relax in my backyard, relax on my front porch. It's gonna get done. Con el favor de Dios, it will get done. I need a she shed. You know, my room is big enough. It's just, this is my she shed. Gabe says Bombastic is the lake nice enough to swim in. I can't remember. Do people swim in it? Is it allowed to swim? I'm imagining this beautiful backyard with the gazebo, some, you know, outside furniture. There really isn't a need to have a fireplace, but it would be nice to have a fireplace outside, have a fire pit area, have the barbecue area separate. Yeah, I just have this vision, but no time, no money. Okay, so there's no swimming, but you can fish. But you know what? I'm so happy that last night I did not find a baby lizard. I don't know if that was good or bad, but the prior 2 nights I had found a baby lizard, and so last night was the first time I didn't. Okay, Bombastic, are you fishing on a boat? Or just jamming lakeside? She is jamming out. All right, did y'all have dinner already? What is the weather like? Where are you at? Bombastic's got her fishing pole, but not fishing. You need a friend? Gabe says he wants to go play pool later. Oh, you were calling people to see who wanted to hang out. Well, now that there's college football, do you have friends who watch college football? I made oh Lord, I keep yawning. I made a pork steak and another baked potato. It was so good. I was like, you know, if I could eat like this every night with the meat and a baked potato, I think I could lose weight. Because baked potatoes do not have a lot of calories. Yes, they're a carb, but they are a natural carb. Like it takes the place, it's very filling, like instead of having bread. Bombastic is yelling, It's a beautiful night world. Mustang, I dare you. I dare you to get out of your car and stand on the wherever you're at and yell that out. It's a beautiful night world. That reminds me, when I had first started dating my ex, we would talk on the phone a lot at first. You know, when it's the relationship is new, you want to talk with each other all the time. And we were playing Truth or Dare. So I dared him to stand at his front door and say, sing the Mr. Rogers song. Now I can't think of it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. And he wouldn't do it. He was too shy. It was fun though. We had a fun time. It's quiet and there are people. So you're not going to do it, in other words. I won't get loud unless I'm mad. I'll sound like a mouse yelling. A moose or mouse? You should move my stick. Okay, let me check on the location of my child to see where he landed here. I don't know. What is he doing over there? Oh, he went to that one park. He went to the city over. They have a really nice park there with basketball courts, baseball fields. Yeah. You gotta let loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. I want to do a video with that song, a short. I need to come up with something. You know what I think of? What song I think of when I see that dancing emoji? It's, I think it's the song by Enrique Iglesias, Bailamos, let the rhythm take you over, something like that. Kevin Bacon is not a good actor, as Omar Z. Well, he had quite a career for not being a good actor. Enrique Iglesias, I used to have a crush on him. Hey Casanova, it's been a while. You keeping busy? I keep saying that's popcorn, but it's not, is it? That emoji? Omar says that movie is silly. Do you remember it? Yes, I'm gonna watch it again because it's in my Tubi list. You like Julio Iglesias? Oh no. I'm into Enrique. I don't think there's a Julio Iglesias song I like. Casanova says, yeah, my life has been like a roller coaster, up and down. I like to just be homebound, but once you get a good position in a career, you gotta take it. Oh, that's right, because you were in Colorado, or where are you at, Casanova? Okay, you know, Bombastic, how you were talking about flirting with eyes and stuff? I think Enrique Iglesias is a big flirt. And maybe he doesn't try, maybe it just comes natural, but he just has his way when he's in his music videos. You're in Dallas? Oh, wow. You are traveling. You like Julio's eyes. Omar Z says, okay, the part where he drives under a bridge and dances his anger away. Only in a movie. Omar, you just don't know anything about that life. You don't know how to let loose. Because that is fun. And it is not just in a movie. I do that. Oh goodness. Casanova, do you do that? Do you like to just dance away your anger or whatever? Did they pay for everything, room and board, and they even give me a freedom? Wow, Casanova. You're saving. Good for you. And I'm glad your nephew takes care of your dogs. Omar, you gotta let loose. Okay, Omar, I dare you to go outside and say, hello to the world. I dare you. Bombastic said her afro is flying in the wind. Casanova says he is a natural dancer, so yeah, it just isn't in the movies, Omar. I pretend like I know how to dance. You know, every time there's a commercial, because I do watch commercials when I subscribe to Hulu and I don't pay more, so I get the commercials. I like to dance whenever a good song comes on a commercial. Play better, take care of my spot. Omar Z says the last time I saw someone do that, they were subdued by security and taken to jail. I'm not taking no command, Sam. I do what I want when I want. If I feel compelled to share dancing, I will, but not right now. I dance when I'm driving, and right now I'm dancing in my seat. Yeah, I could dance in my seat too. Except there's no music. So that's kind of weird for me. And I don't want to put music on because then I lose my time here. What does Sam's picture look like? Dance in the moonlight, he says. Casanova believes in energy vibes. Yeah, when you're happy, when you're positive, you receive happiness, you receive positive things. I think it's the Lord. It's not like a vibe, but it comes from the Lord. I need to look up Sam's picture. I need to see up close because I can't see on this screen. He doesn't look weird. He looks normal. Show music is naturally part of my world. Yes, for those of you who didn't know, Casanova was a dancer. Right? Casanova? Boombastic says the wind stopped. Boombastic says, oh my gosh. Boombastic, you need to be more positive. You need to be a little bit more kind. Sam says my mom calls me handsome, and that's all that matters. Casanova is like Mario Lopez, says Sam. Actually, all that matters is what you think about yourself. That's what matters. Do you love yourself? That's what matters. Casanova says, yeah, but I think I don't like it by myself. I get emotional. I'm very emotional, so I'm easily agitated. Oh, are you, Casanova? You know what? I applaud you for being aware of that and that you're working on it. Oh, yeah. Yep, I hear you. But it depends on the situation and the topic. There's some things that I'm not willing to argue over, but there are others that I am willing to. Buzzing's being honest, she says. Casanova says, I need to change my picture, talking about pictures. I remember that one time, Casanova, you had a picture with your dad, and I don't know why it looked photoshopped and then you changed it. But now you're going to change it again, you're saying? Bubasic says she can't be fake. Sam says, I know I'm an ugly guy. You don't have to be nice. Gabe says, anybody gonna watch Canelo tomorrow? I plan on it too. Plan on watching the fight. As a matter of fact, let me confirm. If my brother's watching it, I'll watch it. Let me ask him. Are you watching Canelo fight? Mañana. It did not spell Canelo right. Casanova was a dancer for 22 years. Is that what you're saying? I can't remember who he's fighting. Omar says, when someone says they don't care about what anyone thinks about me, it's a lie. Because if you don't care, then you care. Self-love is where it's at. You gotta love yourself before you help anybody else. Amen. Amen. Casanova says, off of energy and senses. Australia Septic Creed, it's been a while. What's going on? My brother says he thinks he's watching it. So, I guess I don't know if I'm watching Canelo fight. Bombastic says everyone is experiencing themselves, so am I. Casanova says, oh yeah, I definitely got the handle on myself, but you know, I'm emotional. Australia says they killed him. Okay, Australia, this is what you gotta do. Create the Christian movement. Be a part of the Christian movement. That's what I'm doing. Step up. Step up your game wherever you are. Make your contribution. Hey, Daryl. Casanova says it's very weird because I'm a man. Shouldn't be very emotional. I had hair and everything. It was so gone. I was very wasted. What happened, Casanova? Well, you know, we're all different. Everyone is. Omar says, do you remember the Care Bears? They had good energy. Omar, did you go outside to yell? What is Bombastic talking about? Let's see. Everyone is experiencing themselves. Daryl, what's going on? Casanova says, Bombastic, what are you talking about? Okay, she says, I'm saying that everybody is expressing themselves. Oh, yeah, expressing came out incorrectly the first time. I might betray God. Why? Astrolicious something creed? Omar says, no, that's rude to yell when people try to sleep. Oh, yeah, it's not too late, though, is it? But would you do it if it was a decent time? That's what I want to know. And Casanova's doing the emoji things on the side. I came to your channel to get Jesus again. Well, welcome, Australius. Yeah, so do you have your Bible? Okay, do you have a Bible? This is my son's Bible, and I am tabbing it for him because I want him to be a man of God. I don't want any excuses. Like, I'm going to give him the Bible, and he can turn right to where scriptures are at easier, quicker. Australia's God has a purpose for each of us. Everything happens in perfect timing. We may not understand in the moment, but we will understand later. We just have to trust God because He is perfect. He is our creator. He's all-knowing. He is all-powerful. Bombastic says, Omar, what time is it there? And Omar says, and someone would call this suicide. Oh, no. Are you serious, Omar? Come on. Come on. Well, who knows? Maybe. Oh, I did the wrong one. Sorry, I just removed the wrong comment. And I can't unremove. Um, 5150 Omar. Australia says, out of all the voices to be snuffed out, why Charlie? Because because he was a warrior. And little did the world know that he's got an army that is going to rise up. Like, I'm sad, but I'm also so happy that there is going to be a movement. There's going to be, I don't know, 100 more Charlies, 1,000 more Charlies, maybe even 1,000,000 more that will come out because of what happened. I know right now it's sad, but that's what I really believe. Okay, Casanova understands what Bombastic was saying. And Omar Z says, yes, it happens. Casanova says, thank you for keeping up with comments and keeping up with all the feedback. Well, I learned to look at all comments, and I guess I wasn't before. Daryl said he's praying for Charlie's family as well. You know what? I didn't even know that Charlie lived in the same state as I do. His headquarters is not far from me. And I am now motivated. I want to attend the seminar or whatever they're having in December. I want to do more. But it's interesting because I said that in my live stream or somewhere before the day before he passed. It's just because it's just been a weird week. I don't know about you all, but for me, it has been a weird week. And I told myself I need to do more. I don't know what that looks like, but I have to. You're welcome, Casanova. Bombastic says there's an agenda. Well, the agenda I'm on is Jesus Christ, who's the truth and the way to everlasting life. Bombastic says 5 days before he passed, Play put on his main channel that he had passed away in his home. Who did, Bombastic? I think it's a little bit eerie though that people get asked the question, what would you like to be remembered by if, after you pass? I think that's a little bit eerie because now they're replaying that question that he was asked over and over. And I remember my favorite singer, Selena, she was asked that question. But yeah. Bombastic says in Charlie's main channel they put that he had passed in his home. Are you sure, Bombastic? Why would they do that on his own channel? Huh. I don't know. I wasn't subscribed to any of his channels, but I did enjoy if I would see a video with him pop up. I did watch them. I enjoyed seeing how well he articulated and debated, and he always brought it back to the Holy Bible. I really liked that. And I was like, wow, I wish I could articulate that well, but I don't know how. I need to work on it. I don't know if I will ever be as good as him, as his articulation, but I'm trying. That doesn't make sense, Bombastic. Why would they say that? So does that mean there was an insider? I don't know. I'm very sad about it, but also I don't like turning on the TV or even my social media, and that's all I see. So I have not. Actually, I was watching Netflix. I didn't even watch the news yesterday. I didn't really watch the news today. I've just been watching Netflix. Omer says, I wonder what the last thoughts was. I heard that your brain remains active for 10 to 15 minutes after you are declared dead. I would imagine, okay, I have no clue, that he asked for forgiveness in those final moments. He thanked God for the journey he had. He probably asked for protection over his wife and children. I would imagine that your whole life just kind of flashes by. I don't know. Maybe he pleaded to be saved. I don't know. I don't know, but my water tastes so good right now. It's tasting so good. Well, actually, I did go on a rabbit trail. Is that what it's called? Looking at near death experiences. And they all did say, and I would imagine this kind of happens to everyone when they pass, that they could see their body, and they go on this little journey of some sort. It was like they all kind of experienced the same thing, but described it a little bit differently. I don't know how many videos I had watched, because I was like, okay, I watched one near-death experience. Let me go watch this near-death experience story. Now this one, that one, that one. All right, y'all. I think we lost everyone. Yep, I only see one person. But there's a new like. Thank you. Okay, y'all, there hasn't been any chatter. I only see one person, and they're probably gone by now. I think there's like a 30-second delay between when you comment and I receive it. And nobody has been commenting. Okay, Omar's there. Robert is here. Robert, where you been at? I've been on for 1.5 hours. I'm doing good. It was a good Friday. It was a good Friday. Excuse me. Yeah, how are you doing? How is whoever is watching? How are you? Robert leaves comments. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What is the third kind, Omar? What is the second kind? What is the first kind? Thanks for your support, Robert. Yes, what is the first kind? What is the second kind? What is the third kind? Okay, there was sun out, then there was sunset, and now it's nighttime outside. All while I've been on my chat. Yep, I kicked off my shoes. I'm relaxing my feet. Okay, where do I go specifically, Omar, in my Bible? Let me see what the temperature is outside. Nope, it's still too warm. I am not going outside. Hello, Nordgen Blonde. Psalms 119, verse 133. Order my steps in your word, and let not iniquity have dominion over me. I'm doing good, Norgan Blonde. Friday is my favorite day of the week. Really, Omar? Really? Yo, I think as soon as I end here, I've got to go do a quiz for my college class. Oh, your real name is Ryan. I'm going to listen to classical music, read my book, and then take the quiz on it. That's what I did the other day, and I got 100% on my quiz, and so I'm hoping to do that again. Listen to music, classical, not just any, and I'll remember better. Thank you, Ryan. And one day I will compose my own music. I don't listen to rap, much less gangster rap. It's not for me. Although someone did make a really good rap song for Charlie Kirk. I don't know if you heard it, but it was pretty good. He did a good job. Gabe says, Omar, no rap that's made after 2010. So you listen to pre-2010 rap? Is that what you're saying, Gabe? Ryan said Tom McDonald made the song. I think you're right, too. I had never listened to his music, never even seen him before, but he came across my news feed. Yeah. So now Gabe is saying not before 2008 music. Robert says, whatever you decide, Vanessa, I'm happy for you. Thank you, Robert. Oh, yeah, I've got an announcement to make soon. But I gotta wait. Omar says, yeah, he's cool. And Gabe says, I only listen for the word play. Wordplay, poetry, and flow. Boombastic, I got the screenshot. Are you gonna send it to me, Boombastic? Text it to me? She's got the receipt. Okay. Gabe says, in my opinion, you should be able to pass advanced English class to rap. I also think if you're going to be a influencer, you also should pass advanced English for your postings. It gets on my nerves when I read incorrect spelling. Omar says you should find a nice Vietnamese restaurant. What should I order, Omar? Robert likes poetry and flow. Yeah, I like poetry. I like rhyming. But I'm not too crazy over rap. Gabe says influencer is such a phony word. If you're going to be an influencer, then influence people to write correctly, to speak correctly. Oh no. Yeah, that's just a whole nother subject. Oh, I got it. Okay, I don't know where a Vietnamese restaurant is. Ah. Open. I'm gonna have to look into this further, Boombastic. Well, that's wrong because he lives in Arizona. Apparently. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that's a phony, Boombastic. Omar says, tell me what you want some poetry about. Give me a topic. Thank you, Robert. Okay, Omar, you can talk about that Vietnamese food. Yeah. I think it's a phony myself. I think it's someone trying to get attention on their channel posted that. Because you can, what do you call it? You can alter anything nowadays. Did you have PHO? Do you have PHO? What is that, Gabe? What do you think the agenda is, Boombastic? Gabe says pronounced pho. Vietnamese food. No, I've never had Vietnamese food, and I don't even know where to go and find it. Robert says, when God gives you a battle plan, you have to read the battle plan and understand his tactic. Yep. Yep, yep. Yep. Yep, yep. What if I did that the whole entire live stream? I just said that over and over. I'm telling you all, where I live at, there's not a lot of culture. It's just black people, Mexican people, white people, and some Native Americans. But they're all American, they're not from other countries. So I don't have exposure to all these other places that you guys have. Umbasi says, we live by signing and symbols. Everything is done in front of us. Nothing is hidden. Well, all I need to know, Bombastic, is that I am armored in God. That's all I need to know. Because there's no weapon, no sign, no symbol that will form against me. Yeah, that's what I think. Omer says the Vietnam War started in 1967. I wasn't alive, but changed my life with some soup and cabbage. She gave me a kiss, I gave her a rabbit. Oh, he's doing his poetry rhyming. The Vietnam War started in 1967. I wasn't alive, I wasn't even in heaven, but changed my life with some soup and cabbage. She gave me a kiss, I gave her a rabbit. All right, Bombastic. But I'm serious. I truly believe I am prayed up. I go around in God's armor. There's nothing. Sometimes I see things. I have discernment, and sometimes I'm like, that's someone I don't want to be near, don't want to be around. And I don't listen to music unless it is good, wholesome words. I don't watch stuff that isn't good. How do I say it? Like, I fill my life with good stuff. I'm not trying to research evil things. I'm researching good, God, Jesus. I don't want to consume my mind with evil. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not well at articulating. Gabe says, how's the black people fried chicken in Arizona is worth fist fighting in the internet for? I don't know. There is a restaurant. It was expensive, so I only ate there once. It's called Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. And honestly, I don't really like to buy food from people who are on the side of the road selling it. I'll buy from food trucks who are on the side of the road. But if it's just a person who has, I don't know if that makes sense either. Mumbasic says, you're not the only one living a good life. You're not the only one that has God. I watch mostly documentaries. I try to learn one thing a day. You're not the only one living a good life. You're not the only one that has God. That's good. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I'm just reading what Bombastic's reading. What Bombastic is typing. I do like documentaries, but sometimes they just get too evil. Sometimes, okay? It depends on what the documentary is about. But once it starts feeling evilish, I have to switch it. I can't have that. I think I told you guys I used to enjoy watching Unsolved Mysteries. I used to enjoy watching 48 Hours, those type of movies. But then it felt like just pure evil. And I couldn't watch those anymore. And then there's some documentaries that talk about, for instance, I have Netflix, and I do see right now that there's some kind of documentary about Charlie Sheen. I have no interest to watch that. I really have none. What kind of documentaries do you watch, Gabe? Okay, I'm going to assume what Bombastic is saying. When you're surrounded by others who have a good life, when you're surrounded by others who trust in God, there's like no competition. There's peace, there's harmony. When you're around someone who is not a believer, there is problems. Sometimes a lot of times I think there's problems. Omar says my friend always watches gangster movies. It's 9,000 sometimes, but it gets boring. After a while, where is my money? You better back up. Where is the judge? Is all the same. Gabe likes to watch politics, sports, and human interest. Robert says he's a big fan of old school movies. Yeah, there's a lot of older movies that, and I'm talking like the 80s for me. Movies from the 80s are my favorites. Mr. Ballin? No, I haven't. Felix says it's a good way to ostracize people. They don't believe the same as me, so something's wrong with them. I don't think anything's wrong with people. They just make different choices. And I think I've shared with you all, usually the people who don't believe like I do, their choices usually lead to destruction. And I don't want to be around that. You know, they might be smoking, so that's bad for your health. They might be doing marijuana. That's not legal for everyone, so there could be some problems there. They could be drinking. Some people who get drunk, they get angry, and you know, I just don't want to be around that stuff. Gabe says strange, dark, and mysterious. Felix knows what Mr. Ballin is. Omar says I like to watch documentaries about music and food. Robert says movies from the 80s like Scarface and Rocky 3. Those, and I like 16 Candles. I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't even remember the names, like Footloose. We were talking about that earlier. I like, I can't think of any names. And I don't even know if those are 80s movies or 90s, but anyways. Omar says, you a fan of Salt Bay? Robert says, Proverbs 21, wine is a mocker and strong drink is raging. Whoever is consumed by it is not wise. Salt Bay, get handled. I don't know who that is either. Yolanda's not with the things of the world. Gabe likes Arnold. You know what, y'all? I know Arnold Schwarzenegger's a good person, but I just couldn't get into any of his movies. At least I think he's a good person. I heard him say a speech at one of the citizenship ceremonies this past year. Felix says, just a random influencer who got into boxing, MMA. Another one, because isn't John Paul one of those influencers? Gabe says Z Chopper. Oh, you're talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I don't know. It's Friday night, and I'm feeling alright. He recently fought a retired MMA fighter named Tony Ferguson. And Gabe says John Paul. See, John Paul's the only one I knew that was an influencer turned boxer. And I only know about John Paul because my son used to watch him when he was younger. Omar Z says, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I actually knew a person like that. His parents had a lot of money. He would pick me up and take me out, all paying for it. Felix says, come with me if you want to live. Gabe says, anyone gonna watch the Canelo fight tomorrow? I still don't know. My brother is not sure if he's watching it, so if he watches it at his house, then I'm gonna head over. Gabe says it's Jake Paul, not John Paul. You guys knew who I was talking about, though. Felix says, despite the fixed fights, I don't think anybody just want to try Jake Paul because he actually does train. And Robert says, I love the 90 movie Goodfellas with Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci. The Canelo fight is on Netflix? Is that what you're saying? Or what's on Netflix? I'm going to pull that up because I've got Netflix. Or do you have to pay extra? Felix says Casino Blow. I do like mafia movies. I have always been intrigued by the mafia. So I do watch those kinds of movies. So how much does it cost on Netflix? Well, despite how it was in heyday, the mob is legit now. Okay, I can't remember their names, but they used to have a reality show. It was this lady who had 3 sons, and they had that blowout haircut because they lived, I think, like in Jersey area, and that was a style. Is it Gugliotti? No. You guys know who I'm talking about, that family? I used to watch that reality show. Felix says, Teamsters running the docks, living lavish. Omer says, the last fight I saw was early 90s Mike Tyson. Are you kidding me, Omar? It's been that long since you watched a fight. Yes, Victoria Gotti and her 3 sons. I used to watch that. And I can't remember how many of her kids had the same hairstyle as a Jersey Shore guy who's a DJ. Yep, the Gottis. His daughter, Victoria, and her 3 sons, they had a reality show. I enjoyed watching it. That was, oh my gosh, that was a while ago. Omar is saying that boxing is not interesting, according to him. I like watching boxing. Ever since I was 15 years old, I like watching boxing. I was hoping my son would want to be a boxer because I think it's in our blood. He would have been good, but he didn't want to. Y'all, I don't condone violence, but I'm all for I'm all for boxing. Robert likes boxing. That's cool, Robert. But I'm not crazy over the women's boxing. I've never watched women's boxing. I don't get it. Robert likes Mike Tyson. Gabe says it's a sport different from fighting in the streets or bullying the weak. Yeah, you have to have discipline, right? You got to do your training to be fit, and then it's supervised with the referees, so there's rules to follow, and it's about, I guess, just being your best version physically. I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting. Ali Frazier. See, I didn't start watching boxing until, like I said, I was 15. I didn't go back. I didn't watch the fights before that. Okay, it's 7 o'clock here, almost 8. And whenever it gets kind of late and I'm on here for a while, my biggest fear is I'm going to fall asleep during a live stream. That is one of my biggest fears. Gabe says, check out Amanda, Clarissa, Katie. I'm not into women boxing at all. Just like I'm not into women playing basketball. I don't support it. Someone wanted to give me free tickets to go watch the Women's National Basketball Association. I refused. I was like, no, thank you. Hey, Shiloh. Robert says Muhammad Ali was not only physical with his fist, but he was smart with his brain. Shiloh says thoughts about Charlie Kirk getting shot. I feel very sorry for his wife and kids, but I support the Christian movement that Charlie was one soldier and now there is an army that is going to rise up to keep his vision going, his mission, his legacy. Gabe says women's basketball is bad. Matt says, what are your thoughts on the UFO whistleblowers a couple of days ago? I didn't hear about it, so I have no thoughts, Matt. I do believe aliens exist, and I'm eager to find out about it in the book of Enoch. I'm getting there. I started to read my book of Enoch. Robert says they need to get back to having events like March for Jesus. Matt says, I believe angels and demons are aliens. I mean, the way they are described, okay, the way the angels are described the way creatures are described in the Bible, they do sound alien-like. They sound like beasts. Yeah. I'm just waiting for y'all to comment because I think it's because it's the end of the night. My energy is going low. I don't mind reading your comments and responding, but I don't have I don't have much excitement right now because of the time of day. Gabe says angels are real and demons are real too. If we could see the spiritual realm, the spiritual, if we had eyes that could see the spiritual, what's the word? We would see them. We would see the angels. We would see the demons. But our eyes see the human world. Some people do have a gift, if you will, to see angels and demons. I'm out of water, y'all. Yep, the spiritual realm. It's like if you could. Wouldn't that be interesting to be able to? I don't know. I don't know if I would want that gift to be able to see the angels and demons. Omar says Red Bull gives you wings, but don't do this time of night. Don't do that this time of night. I do not support energy drinks, period. No matter what time of the day. Gabe says some very corrupt angels were here and had offspring who were the Nephilim. Yeah, there was 200 angels released. They made a pact that they were going to come down here and have children with women. That's what I've read so far in the book of Enoch. Robert says the book of Jashar describes Enoch assembling the people and teaching them divine knowledge and wisdom before his ascension. And those angels that were corrupt showed humans the makeup. I don't know how all that started, but they showed them how to put makeup on to make them look even more beautiful. Showed them, I guess, astrology. And I can't remember, y'all. But yeah, it says that in the first few chapters of Enoch. That Enoch received all this information because the heavens opened up and the angels told him this information. Which, by the way, someone did ask me to come up with a scheduled time that I will be reading my book of Enoch. I was like, I really don't want to commit to something else, but I might. I might decide every Saturday and Sunday that I'm reading my book of Enoch live. You never did, Gabe. I never knew about it until about 5 years ago. They're basically books that happen between the New Testament and the Old Testament, but they weren't added in to the Holy Bible. Omar says, I wonder if the devil took 2/3 of the angels. Was it forced or did they voluntarily do it? It says it in the Bible, I'm sure, but I can't remember. Robert says, I'm having a great time in Vanessa's chat. I'm glad you are, Robert. Matt says the Blue Jays won. He's telling Gabe. I think he's telling Gabe. Robert says the devil did take 2/3 of the angels with him after he got kicked out of heaven. But was it by force? Or they wanted to? Because I remember reading the 2/3. I just don't remember if they wanted to or were forced. Omar, they were down with Lucifer. It's why they were kicked out with it. So they were already there. They were already being disobedient at that point. Matt says the natives in Arizona have a story of an evil entity alien, like that was terrorizing their tribe, and they gave him corn, beer, and he kept drinking it. He got drunk and they killed him. Wow. I've never heard that story. Robert says the devil wanted to take over God's throne after he let his pride get in the way. Mm-hmm. Gabe says Lucifer and his supporters. Casanova! And you know, other good thing, I have bought a storage unit for $178. Nice, Casanova. Oh, was it like a storage war where you went and what is it called? And auctioned? That's interesting. When was that, Casanova? Like, when did you buy it? Has it been like a week? 2 weeks? Omar Z says, wow, that's crazy. Who would want to do that? Knowing you would end up in hell. Happy Friday, whoever is passing through, whoever is listening, watching. I'm not really saying much other than reading comments, responding to comments. My energy, it's the end of my day. It's kind of low. But I ain't got nothing else to do but be here with you. Gabe says, Casanova, I'll take some off you. How many pairs will you ship me? Casanova says, that's a very eerie question. Let's keep it in the good realm. Positivity. Then you might meet a woman or your soulmate in College Station. Yep, I have the weekends off. Thank the Lord. It's been, let me see. Ever since I was 22, I have not worked a weekend. I mean, every now and then I might have a weekend, something go on. But thank the Lord, I have not worked weekends since then. Casanova's just kidding. I don't know where she is, Gabe. She told me that she wouldn't tell me stuff. She said 2 things, and I wasn't sure what she meant, and then she said she wouldn't tell me those things anymore, and then I haven't seen her. Robert says, Isaiah 14, verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, who didst weaken the nations? What is that, Matt? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm thinking she went live on her own channel. Probably. I'll have to catch up with her later to see what was going on. Remember, she was talking about an agenda, and that was the last I heard from her. Casanova, he's got the celebration. Time to celebrate. Come on. Casanova, time to celebrate. Hey, Michaela. How are you? Welcome to my live stream. I don't know what Matt was asking. I don't know if he will clarify. I'm doing good, Michaela. It's my Friday night. And I am here shining bright. It's not cool in the game. Oh, Michaela says that's amazing. And Robert says, shine on, Vanessa. Keep shining bright because you are the brightest star you can be. Oh, thank you, Michaela. Okay, so I'm home alone tonight. I was home alone last night. I will probably be home alone tomorrow night. I'm saying all of that because my ex texted me last night. He's like, can I come and see you? I said, nope. I don't want to see you. What is that, Matt? What I'm saying is I'm okay being alone. I'm okay being by myself. I'm not just going to let anyone over into my world, into my home, just because I'm alone. It ain't happening. Robert says, I'm happy that Vanessa done kicked off her shoes and she's relaxing her feet. Yes, I am. Omar says, Home Alone, the movie make your own version. That would be awesome, right, Omar? That would be awesome. You talking about my ex, Michaela? He actually lives quite a ways away. I don't think he would come over here. No. Nope. But Omar has me thinking a Home Alone movie of my own. Casanova, I see you. Okay, y'all, do you know what a humidifier is? Does anybody know what a humidifier is? Michaela likes Home Alone. I'm going to show y'all. This is my humidifier. You put water in here. I don't know if you can see it. And it comes out. Well, an air purifier cleans the air, but a humidifier puts water, moisture in the air. So I need to Michaela's grandparents have one. I need to, my air is too dry and it dries up my nose sometimes and I'll have a bad experience, or my eyes are really dry. So this, well, you're learning something new, Casanova. Yep, you were on the right track there. So this puts water out into the air. It keeps my eyes nice and moist, and they're not red anymore. They used to always be red before. I don't have a lot of water. You see the mist? I keep it right at my bedside. I make sure to put water in it every night before I go to sleep. And it keeps my throat moist. If I forget to turn this on, I usually end up with a raspy voice the next day. And like I said, a dry nose and dry eyes. So if you have that problem, I highly recommend that you get a humidifier. I only run it at nighttime when I sleep though. I just felt like showing you guys. Yep, you had the idea. Being alone don't mean being lonely, says Robert. That's correct. Omar says you can put beer. Omar, I'm going to remove your comment, okay? You're just being silly. Casanova got some emojis. Okay, Omar uses one in the winter. Gabe says humidifier. I forgot y'all have a dry heat over there. Yeah, but apparently I have a deviated septum, my nose. And so it makes everything even more dry, like when I'm breathing in air. Because your eyes, your nose, your throat, they're all connected. So then I end up with the raspy voice, I end up with the dry nose, I end up with dry, irritated, red eyes if I don't put on my humidifier. Never knew that. Never knew that until I went to an ear, nose, throat doctor. But some of you who live in humid areas, you probably don't need a humidifier. You got plenty of moisture in the air. Casanova, you are into emojis now, huh? Is Houston really humid? Gabe says it gets dry in the winter. Yes, it does get dry in the winter. Drier. It gets dry whenever I run the AC. There is a point in time where I don't need it. And that's usually in the springtime when I'm not running the air. I'm not running fans. Or even in the fall. Before, I try not to turn on the heater because my son, he's like, Mama, every time you turn the heater on, it's hot. So we usually go without the heater because it doesn't get that cold. But I still run my humidifier. Okay, I'm laughing at Omar's comment. I'm sorry for laughing. But he said his face used to get cracked in the winter. And then Casanova says dry and hot as well. It gets so hot it shuts down your central air conditioner. Are you kidding me, Casanova? That has never happened here in Arizona. Well, not to me. Casanova says, and over here in Houston, hurricane season sucks. So you got to have more than one generator. Oh, yeah. Because your power goes out for days, right? Omar. So you use your humidifier now and you don't have a cracked face problem anymore? Oh my goodness. Maybe you need to also add like a moisturizer to your face. I don't know why Omer, but I'm sorry for a cracked face. 4 weeks long, Casanova? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so you guys have to have, so like how much do you have? Robert can be by himself in the chat room. Isn't it cool? It's like we're probably all sitting by ourselves, but we're not alone because we're on this live together. Gabe says, I've never experienced hurricane weather before. Neither have I. A couple of gallons. So if the light or the power happens to go out where I live, the longest I've been without power maybe was 4 hours. Omer says he would have dandruff all over his face. Okay, so you're, yeah, I understand what you're saying. So it was like you had flakes, your skin was peeling. Casanova says, that's the vibration. Gabe says, I've been told it sounds like a woman screaming. In a hurricane? Oh, there was that movie. There was a movie a few months ago about a hurricane. I watched it. I went to the movie theater. I'm not going to look it up. I think it's just wind, a strong wind noise. Okay, so there's something without a generator. Yes, I did go to the movies and watch a Dog Man with my great nephew. Oh my goodness, really, Matt? Caleb says the tapping could be Dog Man. Dog Man is a fake phony. He's just a cartoon. Casanova has... Wait, what time is it? The YouTube emoji and the in process. Caleb says, are those physical attributes dog related? Okay, there's no kids allowed here. I don't got time for nonsense, y'all. Gabe says it's 11. It's 8:19 here. Casanova says, I'm saying I know how it feels to be without something that you need when you need it, so I never going to... Oh! That's good for you, Casanova. You learned from it. But you know what? There's, unfortunately, there are some people who stay stuck or whatever. They don't learn the lesson. They don't want to improve themselves. So I'm glad that you learned, Billy. Where did all these dog people come from? Omer says Flipper is based on a real dolphin that would warn people about danger. You know what? There is... I do believe that animals can sense things, yes. Okay, Lowman has a question. No, I didn't hear about that. Are Ouija boards real? I don't know. I don't have one. I do not have one. Casanova says, yeah, but you know, I got that from my mother. She was very strong. Yes. I did about halfway through. Yeah, I finished 2 sheets of tabs and I've got 2.5 to go. No. Yeah, about 2.5 to go. It's coming along beautifully. Okay. It's on my bucket list to take a ride on a horse, but I have not. I was always too afraid whenever the opportunity presented itself. Casanova says, but one thing the human body does not like, to sweat and be hot. Robert says he's proud of me for standing your ground. Thank you, Robert. LOD, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know how to pronounce that G word. So I have no comment. Robert, I actually enjoy standing my ground. I like it a lot. Oh, Casanova. I wonder if that's how my son will be. Yes, anytime, Casanova. I don't know, Loman, I see your question, but I'm an American, so I'm going to say America. I know it's not your question. Omar says, do you remember what happened to Christopher Reed? Superman. His horse got him paralyzed. Yes, Omar, you've talked about that before. No, that's not his name. Chris. Is his name Chris? I think Omar talk text, so you can't. Sometimes his words come out a little bit wrong, but I usually can make out what he's asking. Christopher, yes. Oh, look, Christopher Reeve. I'm gonna hire you guys a little bit because I feel like I'm slouching. I need to stand up. I need to stand tall instead of slouching. I'm wiggling my toes right now, y'all, so that I have circulation in my feet because I've been sitting here for so long. Yeah, you know, I'm a mother's boy at heart, even though I have both parents, but my mother was my heart. Aw, how sweet. A mother is your first love, but it's a blessing to have both parents. Yes, it is a blessing. Robert says you're wiggling your toes. I sure am. Wiggling my toes, and I'm just making sure I move my ankles, my toes. Oh, Christopher Reeve was the original, like older. But yes, I remember Dean Cain also was Superman. And there's been a lot of Supermans ever since then too. And they've all been very attractive actors, if I do say so myself. Casanova says, what do you think my real name is? You told me once before, Casanova, so I already know. It is Eric. Your name is Eric. Omar says you should eat some Spam. Omar, when was the last time you had Spam? It's been a while since I've had it. I don't even know if my son has ever tasted it. Was I right, Casanova? Did I remember correctly? Gabe says George Clooney, not Val Kilmer, is Batman to me. Okay, who was... I'm trying to remember the other Batmans also. Okay, Omar, you should have Spam and fry it since it's been 15 years. Okay, y'all, now I'm starting to get... I might get giggly because I'm getting more tired. And everything will be funny to me. Pierce Brosnan is James Bond. Gabe, you're making me laugh. Robert says Christian Bale played Batman in Batman Begins: The Dark Knight. Oh yeah, I remember him. Gabe says Ben Affleck is definitely not Batman. Oh, that's right. Ben Affleck was one of the Batmans. I do remember. Casanova says, yep, I must have told you. You told me, Casanova. Do you remember the time that you told me your name, Casanova? Do you remember the time that Ben Affleck was Batman? Yes, I remember Heath Ledger also. Oh, so far I don't recall reading that in the Bible, Matt, but who knows? Who knows, because not every single person that ever lived is in the Bible. Casanova's got the YouTube emoji. Batman and Robin had a weird relationship, and Gabe says Heath Ledger, not Jack Nicholson, is the Joker. What are you eating, Casanova? Some Chinese food? Did you say you had moved, Casanova? I remember you mentioned that. Do you have better restaurants in your new area? Like, what is your go-to? Gabe says, Omar Z, do you know there's an animated Batman which Robin is a female? Terry, hello, hello. God will always cover you. Amen. Yep. You are important, Casanova. That's why I remembered your name. Omar says no, don't know. I do like the action Marvel Justice superheroes. But I will have to say, for some reason, I don't know why, it doesn't matter what actor, what version, I'm not into Spider-Man. No, Matt, it has to come out of your own pocket, not out of someone else's pocket. Okay, Casanova is just clicking the emojis. I'm looking for a place to move, but it's not so easy. Oh, okay, so you're in the process. Omer says, can someone help me out with my perception at CVS? Your prescription? Omar, did you ask them what is the cash value? I mean, like, what is the cash payment option? Casanova says, but I definitely got to have a house way in the back and a big yard away from the street. Oh, so that's part of your filter, like when you're looking for something. That's what I would like too. My next home is going to be, I don't know if I want my home towards the front and just have a really big backyard, or have it somewhat towards the back to enjoy some front yard. But yes, that's definitely my next place. I can see it in my mind. You don't have $35, Omar? And you, that's the cheapest. You can't get like the generic version of it. Let me check on my child. Let's see where he's at. Lord, please keep my son safe. May he get home safely. Okay, it looks like he's leaving the basketball courts. Work smarter, not harder. Amen. It is generic and it's $35. Oh, wow. Okay, good. We finally, all the people who were talking about Dogman finally left. It was like all of a sudden they just came in at the same time. It was weird. Okay, whoever is out there just listening or passing through, I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I know I am. I'm having a great Friday. Angelica, hello. Casanova says, yeah, because it's going to be the last one. This is where I'm going to resign. Amen, Casanova. Yes. So you're going to find it. It's going to come, Casanova. That's what I'm saying, too. The next place I move to, of course, if I'm not married by then, it's going to be my final home. So it's got to be everything I want it to be. Omar says I had no money for food. I had to eat a dead possum on the road. At least you had something to eat, Omar. Amen. Angelica says, it is night here. Yep, it is. And it is 5:36 there. I'm going to show y'all. No, I won't show you. Because my curtains are ugly that I have up. Well, you guys did see my curtains in my cleaning video. Focus on God. Yes. Yes, I appreciate you being here, Casanova. I'm going to try to show y'all that it is dark. What do I have back there? That's a shower curtain. A shower thingy. What do you call it? That you put on your head. I put it on my fan to cover the lights. Let me show you that it is dark. See, there's my window. I have it open. I don't know why, but it is dark as can be. That section is my window looking out, and it is dark. So good morning to Angelica. Hello, Drago. Okay, Matt. I don't know what my thoughts are on that, Matt. Drago says that's nice. Oh, wait a minute. Drago is sending coffee and a rose. Yep, that was my window. Usually I close my curtains when it gets dark, but I left it open. It is dark. So I watched it go from light to sunset to dark since I've been on this live stream. It's been a while since I've been on this late or this long. Casanova has the celebrations. Maybe my child is not coming yet. No one's getting a smooch. Are you talking about the trays for my gums? Yes, I do. Casanova says, I tell you the best part. You like my kitchen? Yes, I am trying to do a little update in there. I need to go buy paint. I want to take down the, I have my stove. I had the microwave over the stove. I took down the microwave. I want to shift that cabinet up, reattach the microwave because it's kind of low right now. So that's something I want to work on in the kitchen. I should have done that a long time ago, but I'm gonna do it soon. Are you in your bedroom? I would think you're streaming in the dining table or living room. I'm in my bedroom. Yeah. Because I'm sitting on a comfortable chair. This is like my most comfortable seating spot in my room. And I could stay here for a long time and not get uncomfortable. That's why I chose this spot here. I had leftover chicken that I had made in the air fryer and a baked potato. And it was delicious. It was delicious. Oh, you like it. Thank you, Casanova. Matt had Hungry Man turkey dinners, microwavable, the best. Every once in a while, I will have like a microwavable dinner. And if I go that route, it's usually a chicken pot pie. Or I think that's the only thing I will make in the microwave. Well, the only microwave dinner. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Frozen dinner. Anyone remember the hot tub time machine? I don't. Casanova says, we got to be patient. Yes. Yep. I know the area that I would like to move to is kind of out of the city limits. It's more in the country, but not too far. And if I wanted a horse, there's plenty of land for it. If I wanted a swimming pool, there's plenty of space for one. If I want to have an RV, there's plenty of space to park it. If I want a all-terrain vehicle, there's plenty of place for that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. A big place. Okay, Matt has given Gabe a nickname. Casanova says, show it and they see your nice, so that they see my nice kitchen. You guys will have to go look at my cleaning videos or something and you'll see my kitchen. Because it's dirty right now, Casanova. There's some dirty dishes. Although I have been keeping dishes pretty clean. Actually, no. There's only my dirty dishes from dinner. I didn't wash them. My microwave is taking up a lot of my counter space right now because I took it down. I didn't know how big that microwave was until I removed it and set it on the counter. That thing is huge. What else do I have out? Oh, Robert says I'm beautiful. Thank you. Matt, why would you want to know that? See, there are some things I just won't choose to answer, y'all. Although, let me say this. Okay, Matt, since you brought that up, I was watching It was probably almost a month ago now. I guess the Democrats here in America had some kind of big convention, and one of the speakers was a girl, a female. She had on like a short sleeve shirt. She didn't shave her underarms. I was like, girl, what in the world are you doing? It was gross, okay? I don't know about y'all, but that was just gross. So I answered the question without answering it, I guess. We'll say that. Robert likes me just the way I am. Thank you, Robert. 60, 120, 180. I've been on for 3 hours. I think the longest I've been on a live stream was 4 hours. That's a false statement, Matt. That is false. Robert says you're very welcome. Angelica says, yeah, Robert, that must be true love. True love. Is there a song? True love or real love? Computer love. Computer love was ahead of its time. Do you guys remember that song? Matt likes being sober, like a liberal sober, like Hunter Biden. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Matt. I should have brought the guitar so I could at least close out playing the guitar. I'm trying to play it every time, almost every day now. Robert says Roger Troutman, aka Zap Computer Love. Mary J. Blige, real love. Okay, Robert and Gabe remembered that one song. But wasn't Computer Love ahead of its time? Neil Young? Oh, I'll have to listen to his music. I don't think I'm familiar with it. Robert says yes. Computer Love was ahead of its time. Did everybody have dinner, or did you have dinner while you listened? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's a good one, Gabe. Bobby Caldwell, Do for Love. I'll have to listen to that because I'm not familiar with that either. Either. Other, either, either. All right, y'all. I'm having a good time chatting, but yeah, I've been on here for a while. I need to get up. I need to use the restroom. I need to refill my water. I need to relax. So I'm going to end out here, close out here. I appreciate each one of you who came on here, who chatted, who engaged, for being polite, for being good company. Most likely I will go live tomorrow at some point. So I hope to catch y'all later. Have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. I send y'all peace and know that Jesus Christ loves you the most. I'll see y'all.